So I need some help. I need Javon and your guys' insight on the whole Lanterns lore and mythos, because I
just didn't want to be the uninvited white guy. Just sort of.
No, you're good, man.
It's a joke.
Jon Stewart, he's a funny one. I do want to see how they progress his character. The comic books is way different from the cartoon, which probably did as much character development of Jon Stewart, the Justice League cartoon, with Dwayne McDuffie overseeing it as a lot of stuff. So,
Good, yeah, that means
all right. So you're on point. You're on point, Javon. This is your territory right here.
That's all Greek to me.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Can you confirm for me that crab in a barrel is a popular topic in Black culture? Can you confirm that for me?
Does anybody have a raven? My kingdom for a raven.
This is Ron Dawson. I got 3 niggas with me.
Right.
Let's go.
Hey there, you girls, boys, and non-binaries. It's a new show. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new decade. The boys are back to discuss a whole new HBO show, Lanterns. And we have in place of Adu, Mr. David Erickson, who is our patron saint of the Lorehounds, the mother channel of the network that we're on. Dave, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me
for this
back.
first
Dave.
discussion. And since JD and I know nothing about the whole comic thing, our 2 local comic book experts are Javon and Adu, and thankfully we have Javon here.
Yeah.
So before I jump into it, my main question is, Javon, is this story we're watching, is it any of it reflective of what's actually in the comics, or did they create something entirely new?
they created something entirely new.
Interesting.
Hal Jordan is as
well.
yeah, I
was going to say, just assume there will be spoiler comics in this discussion. So, spoilers for which I don't care about, but if you care about spoilers.
Ron definitely doesn't care about spoilers. He'll fuck up everything.
I care about spoilers.
JD doesn't have to
Ron sees dead people all the time. He just spoil some shit on you real quick. Oh, you watching that? Well, when you get to the end, tell me what you think about someone. Tell me what you think about Darth Vader being Luke's dad.
Right.
Get to the end real quick.
That's not what I meant when I said I don't care about spoilers.
We know what you meant. We know damn sure what you meant.
If you don't want to be spoiled on the comics, and I can't imagine if you're watching this or listening to this, you would care, but we are going to be talking about. We'll be talking about stuff in the comics. Javon and Adu know about the comics, so I'll be asking the questions. I'm kind of curious to know the difference between the comics and the show. So, Javon, you're saying, obviously, other than the Hal Jordan and the Jon Stewart aspects of it, it sounds like.
Can I jump in and make a quick shameless plug too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, please go for it.
Please.
Jean and I are doing weekly coverage, starting out. And I think Alicia's going to join us at some point.
Oh, cool.
She's deep in the silo right now, but she's really into the show as well. We're going to see how things play out. But I will just say that Jean over on our side is a match for Javon and Adu.
Nice.
In terms of
we need to have we'll need to have another crossover episode.
Well, I think like if Jean can pop over like around episode 3 because he'll be back from his family vacation. Then
we need to get an episode where you have Jean, Adu, and then Mark.
Oh my God! we have our other white friend, Mark Hazlitt, and he
you have
knows.
a white friend? Can I meet him? Are you gonna like?
I have a whole bunch of white friends.
His mama's white.
Right. Look, my mom's is white. She just made me this little cup right here. That's me and her. But the thing is Mark hates everything. If you thought Adu was bad, Mark he's stuck in the 1960s. Anything after the 1970s sucks in terms of comics. But he knows all the origin of the comics, and I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to have fun. I just, yes, Mark, I like Spider-Man. I know you hate it.
Well, we've got our first episode out, and we start spoiler free on our episode up until the first commercial break.
Oh, okay.
Jean lays out some of the background for what anybody would kind of need to know. But the beautiful thing about the show is you can go in fresh with back me up, John. You could walk in fresh with not knowing anything about anything.
Well, right here, I don't know shit about. Yeah,
and they handle it. This show handles it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm not surprised. It's HBO. They got great showrunners. I mean, I think the Harry Potter joint is going to be incredible. I mean, they put shit together.
I don't know, but they do have a black Snape, so.
So they're just so woke over there at HBO.
That's going to be a fun show to cover when that comes out.
That's the one we need to do. I can't wait.
Yes. All right, so Javon, it sounds like hold
on, guys. I'll be right back.
So it sounds like you're saying that they not cover anything that's in the comics. So as someone who has followed the comics, can you give us like a 2-minute, Reader's Digest of who Hal Jordan is, who John Stewart is?
Well, yeah, sure. Well, I mean, first off, the Green Lantern Corps is an international, intergalactic kind of peacekeeping organization. They're cops, and they don't mess with Earth. They forget Earth. Earth is backwater. It's stupid. We're not going to.
It's a chaparral. They're not Middle Earth. The outside Earth.
Yeah, because they've been around for millennia before even touching Earth, and then somehow a ring made its way. Not a ring. One of the Green Lantern that's assigned our sector, which our sector is called 2814, and you'll hear that a lot.
Yeah, I heard that in the show. Remember?
Yeah. And the Green Lantern that was assigned to protect our sector just did not really mess with Earth like his people told him not to. He got shot down, basically. We don't know, at least in the series, by whom yet. But that ring traveled to Hal Jordan because it looks.
Now, is that how it happens in the comics? Is that how Hal gets? Okay,
that's how Hal gets it in the comics too. It's just the ring looks for people with strong willpower. And with not just strong willpower, but with an aversion to fear.
Right.
They don't fear anything. It's not only because their willpower will grow as you learn to use the ring, but if you don't fear things, that's what it was. And he was a test pilot. He was a daredevil test pilot, and that's what he did. So he pretty much didn't have much fear as it went. Where we see him here in the show, we'll jump through the whole history of everything, but there was a Hal Jordan, then there was actually Guy Gardner was the second. It wasn't John Stewart.
Oh, okay.
And Guy was supposed to be Hal's backup. We saw a guy in the Superman movie as Nathan Fillion.
Oh, that's who that is?
Yeah, and he's going to show up, I think. I've seen him in the trailers.
Yeah, he's in the previews for the coming in the season.
Yeah.
So he was the second guy. He got hurt. And
does he still have a ring?
Yeah, I mean, I assume
he had a ring.
In worlds are going to be the same. I assume that this is all still the DC. What is it? DCE.
Yeah, DCE.
Just DCE.
So if it is, then Guy still has a ring.
Wait, why is he here? Isn't it only one lantern for
no? Well, yes, and that's a lot of the other Green Lanterns and a lot of the other sections and a lot of the Green Lantern Corps wonder why Earth has so many Green Lanterns. Why does Earth have so many problems?
Green
Lanterns?
Why?
Well, hey, you're gonna find crime. There's a lot of crime on Earth.
People also keep getting killed, apparently, in or around Sector 2814. The rings go looking for people in that vicinity to bestow upon them Green Lantern, whatever. And of course, the more Green Lanterns we have, the more can possibly get killed, and the more rings can come, and we can have more Green Lanterns.
Right. Maybe they're over policing.
Right. I think there's some over policing going on in this, but it sounded very familiar all of a sudden.
That's right.
Well, I mean, because for a long time they didn't.
Right.
It's like
under policing or over policing.
Right.
You can't get it right.
Right.
Yeah, and just more villains.
It's Amsterdam, and then now they're going to come in like full force.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Batman. We'll go back. It's like Batman in Gotham City. There was always crime in Gotham City for a long time. Batman suddenly became Batman, and then suddenly you have a Joker, you have a Penguin, you have all these people that they were there before, but Batman helped make them. So same thing with the Green Lantern. There's been crime in the universe or whatever, but the more Green Lantern comes here, it seems to draw the bad aliens.
So are the rings sentient?
To a degree, yes, they can choose. But once
So wait,
they're
is this
on
like
here-
so they're like Harry Potter wands? They're like little wands that you
yes, that's
Okay.
a great yeah.
Or is it more like
Wands.
or is it more like the Lord of the Rings rings?
No, because anybody can use the Lord of the Rings rings if
Yeah.
you put them on. But I don't think anybody can use a Green Lantern ring.
Oh,
It
really?
does have to
Okay.
choose you.
Interesting.
Once somebody dies, it
Like
goes to
Sword in
look
the
for somebody.
Stone.
Technically, anyone can use a wand in Harry Potter. It just won't work as well, be as cooperative.
Yeah, Well, I don't mean if you're a Muggle, you can't use the wand.
I mean, any wizard or witch can use
Boom!
Yeah.
Take that, Ron. Take that. Trying to get all persnickety.
it.
Well, anyway,
technically, anyone can use a wand. No, they can't, Ron. Muggles can't use them. Take it.
Actually,
Right.
well, anyway, back to the show away from the comics. I mean, the comics, Jon Stewart came on. He was created as he was a Black Power dude. He was like against the establishment and all this kind of stuff way back when he was created. This Jon Stewart, military man, he's a lot more reserved, but you can see a little bit of the seething underneath, and that is more like how the cartoon Jon Stewart and the Jon Stewart that's in the comics now is. So they did a good job with that. I don't remember now, but I just don't remember that Hal Jordan was as mentor-like with Jon Stewart in the comics or the cartoons as he is in the show. This first episode of the show, he's like showing him around. He's like, we don't know exactly what he's teaching him. The first lesson we see is him driving him off a cliff.
That was a trip,
and making him grab a ring and fight for his life. So, you kind of understand that he is a loose cannon, that he's been around for a long time.
Right.
That, it all looks like this is just the passing of the torch to Jon Stewart.
Yeah. But this is kind of cool though, right? Because like in Marvel, the Marvel films don't follow the books, even though they kind of get their ideas. So I kind of dig it, and it should be. I would imagine it's fun for people that do know the comics, because now they get to experience something new. Now, hopefully they hit the right tone and everything. But if I were someone who, this is a whole new Star Wars thing or whatever, but it's still good. It's not some bullshit.
It feels like they're honoring the canon, but comic book like new writer, new illustrator, new imprint.
All the time.
So it fits to do this TV show. Doesn't break anything in that regard.
Right.
And it feels like
exactly
they pulled enough of the real deep lore that it's imprinted properly.
Right. That's a great point.
Yeah,
that's a great point, because the whole controversy around what is it, the new Storm that they cast, and people are, she's not the right look, or this, that, or not, or not Storm, or Rogue. Rogue is not the right height, and I'm like, what version of Rogue? Because aren't there like 30 versions of Rogue from Inception?
And as people have pointed out, the history is riddled with comic book fans complaining about actors who are cast, who they think are miscast, and they end up becoming iconic. The ones that stand out were when what's his name, Michael Keaton was cast as Batman.
Right.
A big thing with who plays Wolverine now?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
He's so big and
he's too
and
tall.
Now it's hard to envision anybody else playing Wolverine.
Exactly. So, and it's crazy that anyone would complain about Rogue. Like, Indy Navarrete, first of all, amazing range. She's empirically, she is attractive. I mean, maybe she's not drawn as curvy as Rogue is. I don't know. Maybe that's what you're complaining about, but
no one is.
It's crazy to think you can't. To think that she can't do that character. Yeah. But anyway, back to Lanterns.
Wait, Dave had a question.
Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Yvonne, do you think it's important to talk about the different colors
Yeah, I was going to say
colors of what?
The criticisms in general of comics and adaptations for Storm for the longest
no, I
time.
meant about the psychokinetic.
Oh, the colors. I don't know about that yet.
Colors of what?
Okay, thanks.
You brought it up. Now you got to tell us.
I brought it up. I'm putting him on the hook because I don't know, but I know he knows.
Are these related to the ring?
There are. I don't know how. I'm trying to think of how many. I'm trying to count them, but there are at least like 7 different colors of rings, and they all represent different ways that you can use power. So the green one is just the green one. It's just willpower. It's your willpower. I think that we saw someone in this one that might have a ring, but we'll see. There's an indigo ring. There is a pink ring that's like love, but it's love, but it's it can be manipulated like obsession.
Are these other rings part of the Lantern
spectrum? You can call it Lantern spectrum. No. There is only one Green Lantern Corps.
Okay.
There's a Red Lantern Corps. They're all anger. They're anger. Supergirl.
So run technically like the Hogwarts wands. There's all these different wands that are out there that kind of.
This is me just asking.
That's why I didn't want to go into it yet, because I'm sure they're going to introduce the yellow lanterns. I don't know if any other lanterns are going to come into play, at least for the first.
Interesting.
I think the point is that color represents this emotional electromagnetic spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
That the color represents these emotions, and then these emotions are channeled and
it'll be interesting
power. So, Javon, did you just real quick? Did you clock the logo, the cold open, when we get the title card of Lanterns?
Mm-hmm.
From the 2 opening sequences before we go into the third. Did you clock the color of the words Lanterns?
What color were they?
I did not. Was it all
yellow.
The colors?
It was yellow.
Oh, well, that's.
But maybe that's just because they wanted to use a color.
No. It's very purposeful.
I need to go back and look at the opening.
Yellow is
me too, actually.
Ron's like, well, technically the broadcast was shot in HDR instead of SDR, and so the color shift was.
Yellow was supposed to be the weakness of the. I hope they don't bring this back like this, but I heard somebody say they are. Yellow is supposed to be the weakness of the Green Lantern Corps, and yellow is the color of another Lantern Corps. The yellows they deal in fear.
Right.
And so they are kind of.
You're really on the nose, these lanterns.
Very much. But like I said, I'm sure yellow's going to come up, and Sinestro is going to come up. Most like he better.
I saw him.
I saw him in the trailer.
He's in the trailer.
He was talking to him. He says the guy's name. Sinestro.
Yeah.
So I was watching the official.
I'm going to put a screenshot in the chat real quick too.
Okay. I saw an official. I was watching the official podcast hosted by my man Strawhead Goofy. He's cool. He's one of the guys I follow. But they interviewed Lindelof, Chris Mundy, and Tom King. Obviously, Damon Lindelof is famous for Lost, The Leftovers. He did The Watchmen, which I thought when that came out was amazing.
The Leftovers?
Yeah, Leftovers, which I thought was really good too.
Yeah.
And I guess Chris Mundy, he was one of the creators or showrunners
but correct me, wasn't Lindelof also involved in Rise of Skywalker? I'm just asking.
No, what's his name was? The other dude.
I know Abrams, but I thought he worked with. I could be.
It's possible. I don't remember him being involved with Rise. Chris Mundy is one of the creators of True Detective Night Country, and then I guess Tom King is a famous comic book writer. One of the things that they brought up a couple of times was when they were talking about conceiving the show was wanting to create something that kind of felt like True Detective. And no offense to them, and this isn't meant to be a ding on the show, but this show is not True Detective. It's not even close to. This feels more like a Starsky and Hutch versus True Detective, or actually, I think a better analogy really is Men in Black. In fact, there was the one scene where John is chasing the alien. I thought that was I actually thought that was a tribute to
A nod, yeah,
a nod to Men in Black, because it felt like it was right out of. He even had the Tom Cruise run
right
going on.
Had the chopping hands.
Right, and it's reminding me of that whole scene from the first Men in Black where Will is chasing down the alien. But and obviously it's the white mentor teaching the new black cadet or whatever. So it feels more like Men in Black and it's obviously about aliens, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's also why they brought in Tom King, though. He's a comic book writer, but he's also a former CIA officer. And
oh, really?
Yeah, in real life. And
that's a trip.
He's written Batman. He's written some very interesting storylines.
Right.
And they brought him, and I think this may be his first foray into TV, and unlike a lot of the other.
What were your thoughts on the opening scene where when they're showing back in '96 and they're showing John as a kid and his father is taking him out, and you see, I don't know if you notice this, but there was a line of bullets, which suggests he's been doing this for years as the kid's been growing. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that suggests that the father knows about the lanterns. Is there anything like in the comics?
Yeah,
everybody to me that he does, because
okay, I didn't know. I'm just.
This is not a secret identity thing here. Everybody knows about the lanterns. It's not.
No, I know.
I'm saying, I guess because it seemed like because he was shorter, so it seemed like his older brothers had gone through the same treatment, and they were. And the interesting thing, we're talking about fear. And all the two other brothers were scared shitless. Oh, hurry up, Dad's coming home, whatever. And he didn't give a shit. He's like, leave the TV on. And then when he went outside, I thought his dad was going to be like an old time whooping, like, go get an extension cord, go pick a switch. But instead, he pulled out a gun, and he had no fear, and he just stood there. And
but the way he was talking gave me the impression. Yes, I know everyone knows about the lanterns, but he gave me the impression that he wants his son to be a lantern.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jean and I were talking about this because later he calls his dad, right? And it's like, chill, stay the course, whatever.
Right.
It was like, how does he know about, like, how is Jon Stewart Jr., because he's a junior, his dad's also Jon Stewart.
Oh, right.
How does Jon Stewart Sr. be normal about the fact that his son is one of 7.5 billion people that gets picked to be a lantern trainee? How does his dad know that? Jean's point on our podcast was like, he's just a man who's trying to teach his son to be excellent, kind of like a Serena Williams kind of thing. Like, I see talent in you, and I'm just I'm gonna elevate you, and I'm gonna keep elevating you.
That's some bullshit. John, if you're listening, that's some bullshit. His dad, I don't think he's just training him.
Completely bullshit. It's bullshit that he's shooting a gun at his son's head.
But I'm saying I think his dad is trying to make him be a lantern. Is John suggesting that his dad is just trying to make him be?
But how does his dad know that he's?
No, I don't know. That's the question. That's the question I want to know.
I mean, 7.5 billion people to be picked by the ring.
Well, hearing you say that though, Dave, it makes me think that maybe his dad like fucked up somehow. Maybe his dad should have been a lantern. Because the other thing that takes bravery is to point a gun at your kid's head and shoot an apple off it.
Right, which is what I'm thinking.
We saw no fear in that scene across the board.
None of the neighbors ever called.
Right, I'm like busting some caps in the backyard. It's 11 o'clock at night. Mr. Stewart, I need to talk to you.
Right.
What the fuck is going on over there?
Like, they let him take his gun home from base?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you check your firearm before you go home.
It's like a knock at the door. CPS.
Oh, that could have been his personal one, though. He could easily have a personal one in the car.
I believe this is Detroit, so they're allowed to go.
Yeah, right.
They're allowed. That's that part of
that's just Tuesday. That's just Tuesday night.
Is there anything in the comics where Jon Stewart's dad knows or is helping him early to become a lantern?
I have to say I don't know John's. I know he had siblings, but I don't know his upbringing. I'm sure they've touched on it in the comics, but I never read that myself.
Well, I think I guess we'll discover it.
I thought that moment was going to be like a Joe Jackson moment where he got mad. Michael, go get a switch. Go pick a belt out of the closet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But yeah, I thought that too. But I also thought if he was going to beat him, then the kid was just going to be sitting there.
But then, the weird thing is, at the end of the scene, you got the sense, oh, this is something they share that they enjoy. Like I didn't sense fear from Junior. It felt like he's just manning up and showing what he's got the skill, the ability to stand there with no fear. And his dad was proud afterwards.
It was okay. You want to. Yeah, you're watching TV. You're not supposed to. You didn't remember his name. You remember, it's Hal something, right? He says Hal something because this is the first interview that Hal Jordan is ever on TV. This is the first time I think anybody's ever gotten Hal Jordan's full name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do they say that in the show?
I feel like they had his name, but they didn't. It was the first time he sat down for an interview for sure.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he's like, "Let's go get a burger." Right, you proved yourself. You're right. He. That's the thing is that Jon Stewart Junior already has the no fear in him, and his dad is just cultivating that.
Yeah.
But
I think we're going to see a piece of that every episode. I think we're going to see a little piece of that every episode. It feels like.
Yeah, I bet.
I guess what I'm saying, I was getting the impression his dad was doing that in the hopes of prepping him to become a Lantern.
I feel you, Ron. I heard you
thought. Yeah. I had the same thought as well. So when Sean comes over on episode 3, after episode 3, you guys can grill him about that.
If for whatever reason this is your first time watching this, kind of the way we kind of cover shows, at least we kind of jump around. We don't follow any rhyme or reason. At least that's how we did House of the Dragon. We'll see how Lanterns goes. But one of the questions I had,
Ron will come in with the chart. This is what we're going to talk about. They'll just it's like the OK Corral.
Got a little laser pointer.
So one of the questions I have is this in the comics? Is it a perk of being Green Lantern where you can just smash women and they just kind of throw themselves?
I'm glad you brought that up because that was the one thing that brought me out of the show.
It was like he's just hitting it with this woman he meets at the bar. But, and I had all these questions like, do they have a condom?
This dude is Aaron Pierre, whatever his name is.
Aaron Pierre.
He's like that as an actor.
I'm sure he is.
But I'm just saying. She's like, well, hello, my name is Gonorrhea. How are you? Nice to meet you. Right. I mean, he just smashed. You don't even know this. This is a lot lizard. He's like smashing this old lot lizard. A barfly. I just like. It kind of brought me. I'm like, what? That's weird. And then, but then I'm sure it's going to turn into something because she just, lo and behold, happens to be the wife. of the big mucky muck in the town. Right. So, but it just seemed weird to pull me out. I'm like, what?
She's the wife.
That was a baller move to use the ring as the cigarette lighter, though.
Right.
Awesome.
So I was wondering, do you think he used the ring to make a condom?
That's what I was going to say. Can you fashion a condom or something?
You definitely can.
I would hope so.
We're going to see. Wait. Because you're going to see him. He's going to be catch the hive. That brother's going to be shaking and all jacked up. And like, he only lasted 5 episodes. He didn't protect himself. His fear hurt him. His lack of fear was his downfall.
What was that song by?
This is another one of those DC things that there's the on-screen live action DC stuff sometimes irks me a little because it twists the core of a character. I don't mind if everything else is different, if you make them black, make them white, make them a woman, make them whatever. But when you twist the core of a character, like this dude is one of the most straight up military decent dudes, period. He would not go to a bar and sleep with a woman. He just wouldn't. That's just not in his thing.
Right. And that's the vibe I got before he went there. And then when he went there, it literally brought me out of the show. I was like,
exactly. And that's what happened with Millie Alcott and Supergirl. They twist that little thing. That's what happened with Superman. They twist the little thing inside.
Wait, next week
irks me a bit.
Next week they're going to be singing "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls."
I wouldn't be surprised.
Little Johnny was a lantern in training. Then he met an old woman at a bar.
An old barfly. Okay. Hey, honey, let's go out into the parking lot and do a little something. I'm like, really? This is what's up. This is.
Oh boy.
And to like your point, Ron, it's John Pierre. I mean, if that's how John, he's gonna be pulling. I mean, he probably would already have a lady on the side or whatever. I don't know. It was weird.
But to Javon's point, it seems like weird that he was just smashing it.
Yeah.
But I like that actress. She's on a number of shows. No, she wasn't on that show. So let's talk about the I don't know, the I was gonna say, I don't know if he's the David Ellison character of the show or the Elon Musk character, but the rich
Guy that
dude,
owns the town, kind of, or whatever.
yeah, who's on the ranch that's giving some serious white
Dylan
supremacy.
Hunt.
He was in Yolanda's show in Gray Matter. He played the villain in that.
Oh, he did?
Dylan Hunt.
Yeah.
Dylan Hunt.
Dylan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's great. He
And
codes great as a militia guy.
yeah.
Totally codes great as militia.
I mean, didn't that camp give you like white supremacy militia
Oh, yeah,
camp
that's what
vibe?
yeah.
Shoots,
Yeah.
shoot, you know,
Survivalist,
walks
yeah.
like a duck,
Yeah.
quacks
Right.
like a duck, shoots an AR-15 like a duck, blah, 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 duck.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where that goes. So is this character Javon in the comic books at all?
Not that I know of.
But,
What-
but
that
this, Ron, this is what. Sorry. Oh, go ahead, Giovanni. I didn't mean.
No, go ahead. I'm
This
looking
is
it up.
what. This is one of the things that Jean and I were having fun with. Is when you get Lindelof doing this stuff, he will bring in layers of social commentary and social critique. And
Yes.
so they're using. It's like he's like, we're not pulling you for a wackadoo fight with the federal government. We're not here about black people, white people, whatever. We're here about the aliens,
Right. The
alien
alien
motherfuckers
invasion.
coming over to you. This is our planet. Like this is our inheritance, whatever. But it's a great cipher for
Sure.
white supremacy and all the other kind of stuff. And that's like what I love. One of the things that I love about how Lindelof operates is that he will bring in, just like in Watchmen, he'll bring in and he'll code all of this stuff and he'll blow right by it, but it's right there in your face and you have to deal with it and you have to like confront what is going on. And I thought that setup of the militia, and the militia is like, we don't give a shit about the federal government. We're worried about them damn aliens.
Right.
That is a really great setup for addressing
Yeah.
social issues.
Yep.
So
So I mean, I didn't ask you guys. So I get the impression it seems like everyone in general liked the show.
it's fucking great. I think it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
this is
good
writing.
good start.
If
I like it.
If HBO is going to put this down on the 9 p.m. Sunday night slot right after House of the Dragon ends, like no break, just
Right.
straight through it, that means they are putting a lot of bets on this show.
Yeah.
And they already know what they've got.
Yeah.
So to me, this show is riding for a top 5 slot for
Yeah.
sure, easily a top 3.
I'll be
I
curious
was
to
so skeptical going in that first trailer that we saw like a long time ago. I was like, this is dog shit. And
Oh, really?
Well, funny you say that because I do have the same opinion. I'll be curious to see how what a dude's reaction is. Even last week, he's like,
I know. I will be curious.
Yeah.
He's gonna like it. I think.
I hope
I don't
so.
know.
It seems-
Hey, I would put more money. It's easier to bet that Lanterns would be a good show than betting that a dude would like it. He's our Mikey. He hates everything.
That's right.
You're just getting piled on.
Yeah.
what do you-
Deservedly so. He hates everything. He hates everything.
I do have some friends that wish that it just jumped straight into the aliens, and I think that if there's a tasteful way to do aliens, I think they really did them okay. They didn't make them they looked like us, so to speak.
Yeah.
That
Right.
was kind of interesting.
That sequence was dope.
That switch in the when he was questioning in that room.
Yeah.
Nebraska, and that's the sum total of your opinions about Barack Hussein Obama. I was like,
Right.
Although, not gonna lie, when he was
let's go.
asking him questions, I kind of feel like if I was in that seat, I don't know if I'd be able to answer.
Oh, yeah, because he'd be asking Ron Blackcard questions. What does itis mean?
Right.
Name 7 things you can mix with Hennessy. Quick.
10 minutes. I don't need 2 minutes.
He's an alien.
That's right.
He's a Caucasian. He's a Caucasian. I found him.
That's the first thing I thought we was asking. It was like, well, I don't know if they was either fair questions because I don't know. I would be able to answer.
They were totally fair questions.
Name all the members of Jackson 5. We caught him. I told you. He's Caucasian. I told you.
But it was cool they caught him. They knew he was an alien. Thoughts on so obviously. So here's a question I had when we at the end we jump back to modern day.
So good. Such a good
And
Yeah.
did you guys get the impression that neither Hal nor John had a ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's
Yeah.
that's 100% clear. No ring.
Oh, it wasn't clear to me though. It wasn't clear.
Yeah.
It wasn't
That's
clear to
what
me
they were.
that
No, 100% clear.
Jimmy
to me.
rubbed his hand
That's
to
what
look
they
for
were
it.
trying to.
No.
That's what they were trying to communicate. If you, I had to like watch it a second time too, but that is clear. That's the clear communication. There are no rings in this.
It read. I got that. That's what I got from
Yeah,
it.
it read
right,
what?
Ron. You're right.
That there was no rings. That because they went to my impression is that since he's still here,
He's
that
driving. Why is he driving?
What do
yeah.
you mean? Why is he driving? What does that mean?
Why is if Jon Stewart had a ring and he got news that his mentor partner
Oh, he wouldn't have
He would
driven
have
there. He
flew.
would've-
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Why
mean,
is
especially,
he
especially
driving
years
suburban down
later
the
once he
highway?
learned how. to
I'm
fly.
getting the
He didn't
feeling
know how
that
to
now
fly.
he's gonna assume the mantle because Jordan. It's
So-
how
so-
Jordan's the white guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stewart's to now be the. It seems like that's the way they're setting it up. Like now he's officially gonna be the
But
one.
he doesn't have the ring, so he.
Right. But for that point, yeah, he doesn't have the ring.
So in the comics, do they share a ring or do they each have a ring? I get them.
no, they have
No
their
way.
own. They have their own rings, all of them.
So that's what I thought. So
Oh wait, okay. Well, I have a question then, because if it feels like a majority, not a majority, a good portion of this episode was them, the tug of war about the ring. Well, here's the ring. There, and
Right.
them playing around with who's
So it's
holding the
clear
ring or whatever.
that John
So it
doesn't
made it
have
seem
one.
like there's only one.
Yeah.
But you're saying there's more than one, Javon.
Yeah,
How does one? Does he go to the ring shop like they go to the wine shop and
the rings,
Ollivander's there and says, "Oh, this ring fits you perfectly, my good boy." And
Right.
the rings are created on a whole different planet called Oa by these little blue guys that I assume we're going to see sooner or later, the Guardians.
Oh, cool.
But it might not be in this season. I don't know if John's going to get off the planet this season. I'm sure there's going to be at least one or two episodes
Oh, I
where he
think
goes
so.
into space and it'll be crazy. But I feel like HBO wants to try to keep this a grounded Green Lantern, like he's protecting just this planet. And
Did you see the trailers?
I didn't see all of them. I saw one.
Because this show is going to go wide.
Yeah.
We're narrowing down to Rushville.
I mean,
Nebraska,
one thing-
but we're about to explode out.
Yeah. And the trailers, I mean, one of the things that they mentioned in the trailers are the Manhunters.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the only
And it says
Manhunter.
hello Sinestro or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the only Manhunter I know is Martian Manhunter. No, what?
Well, yeah, that probably is the only one you know. But the Manhunters are kind of like the mortal enemies of. I don't know if it's just the Green Lanterns or most lanterns because they are able to siphon the power of the rings.
Oh, interesting.
And it doesn't affect them like it affects everybody else. And I forget if they're like bounty hunters or if they're just evil people. I forget.
Which
exactly
is weird because the impression I got from the few scenes with Martian Manhunter in the Zack Snyder Superman films is that he's a good guy. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah, the Manhunters are robots. They're automatic. The Martian Manhunter and the Manhunters are separate. Don't even put them together.
Oh, they're not.
No,
Martian Manhunter is not a Manhunter?
no.
Are you sure? No.
wow,
No, the reason
wow.
wait, the
Classic
reason why,
Ron. Go on and speak, Javon, and then Ron will correct you about some shit he doesn't know about as soon as you get done speaking.
this is why I asked. Today,
Are
it's
you sure?
confusing.
Are
This
you
is why-
sure?
This is why I asked because it's confusing. Because Martian Manhunter is a shapeshifter in the movies, and they mention in the preview that Manhunters can appear to be anybody. So I assumed it only made sense that Martian Manhunter is a Manhunter because they both can shapeshift. But you're saying that's not the case.
Be very
No.
careful how you answer, Javon.
Yeah. you did. First of all, is
they-
your name Javon? We want to know is your name Javon, and are you sure?
They are extraterrestrial robots
That can shapeshift.
That can, yeah, they can shapeshift, but it's just, yeah, they can.
And so canonically, can Martian Manhunter shapeshift?
It sure can.
But he's not a man. That just happens to be his name.
That's just his name. His name is John Jones. Is his name?
It's
We
kind.
call
Is
So
he from Mars?
so
Is he a
Javon-
Martian?
He's from Mars, yes, but the Manhunters are not from Mars.
Well,
So
that's
Javon, I want to just clarify something. Maybe this will catch you in a lie. So Superman can run really fast, and the Flash can run really fast.
Yep.
Square that circle. I'm just trying to get on Ron's table. I'm just trying to come at you
dude.
from
That's
Ron's
not
standpoint.
even. That's not even.
I
the
don't.
same
I don't
compa-
even understand, Javon. How
That's
it's
not even the
possible.
same comparison.
No, it's not the same comparison at all,
It's
Ron.
not at all
Not
the
at all.
same
Not at all.
comparison.
I'm just saying.
It's not.
I know.
Look,
I know.
This is what you do. You do this all the time.
Superman. Superman can swim deep underwater, and so can Aquaman. Square that circle for me, Javon.
See,
Square that circle.
That is
Are
what
you
you.
sure?
Captain Marvels as well.
Are you sure?
That is what you call a logical. That's what you call a straw man.
Very, very.
You
Yes.
are straw man to me.
Matter of fact, the
Because
straw man is made of straw, and then also Twig Man is made of straw, and Groot is made of straw. Now, square that circle for me, Javon.
it is reasonable to assume if there's a
Now,
character.
technically,
Let me
it is
finish.
very reasonable, Ron. It is
Let
very
me
technical
finish.
and very reasonable.
Let me finish.
In
It's
the
reasonable
penultimate moments of this podcast, that you were making a good point.
It's reasonable to assume if there's a character called Martian Manhunter who shapeshifts and they introduce Manhunters who shapeshift, that I would think that, oh, Martian Manhunter is a Manhunter.
Absolutely. And when you have a comic book expert sitting right in front of you to ask him if he's sure, I'm agreeing with you, Ron.
Okay, I admit that.
But we're gonna let Javon talk, and then once he gets through talking, you will explain to him how he's wrong.
I'm just saying
I'm
you're
with
making
you.
it seem like me asking the question is silly.
No,
I admit.
No, you do that to all our guests. You do that to all our guests. Like how you had homegirl. She was gonna tell you about Star Trek. You said, "No, go on and talk. Go on, Missy. Go on, cute, sugar tits. Go
First
on
of
and say
all-
what you gotta say, and I'm gonna correct you when you're done."
First of all, she was wrong about that. She was wrong about that.
Oh,
That part
okay.
she was wrong.
Okay. Oh, see, Ron is hardcore. Ron is hardcore. That's the Joe Jackson I'm looking for.
Dude.
That's who I'm looking for. Pimp slap right there. That's
We
a
were talking
tiptoes down, Ron. That's the Ron I want. That's the Ron I want in the podcast.
She
You want to
was,
speak, Javon, and then we get done, I'm gonna pimp slap you. I'm gonna
she-
pimp slap you. and then we
she
can
was
shut the-
saying, she was specifically saying that the Targaryen blood was not connected to the riding of the dragons. That is empirically wrong.
But it's the blood, though. It's the blood.
Yeah,
So
So,
the blood is Valerian. Targaryen
Right.
is just a noble house.
No, so
but sorry, go
no,
Drew.
finish, and then I'll correct you when you're done.
Danger! No, Will Robinson! Danger!
All decks condition red.
I'm not going to say that was douchey at all.
I don't mean it. That came out totally wrong. The Targaryens are
My
the
wife
ones.
is in here calling us nerds, and why am I screaming?
Targaryens are the ones who can ride dragons.
The
Javon.
Martian Manhunter and the Manhunters are totally separate.
I believe you.
Oh, you-
I
Wait a
believe
second,
you.
hold on, Javon. Are you
not to be
sure?
confused
Are you
with
really
1966.
sure, Javon?
I know that Martian Manhunter's not an extraterrestrial robot. You don't think he's a robot, do you?
No, but the Manhunters in the preview didn't look like robots either. They didn't. What?
No, you're
we
right,
gotta
but I'm
go,
telling you.
You're
that
wrong.
that's
You're
the
completely
way they
right.
are.
It's totally rational. And you're right, Ron. We're gonna.
I'm just saying it's
We're conceding
confusing.
a point to you.
It's confusing.
You won, Ron. You won.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back
I
to the.
mean,
The,
That should
the
be
Joe
because you're
Ronald
interjecting
Jackson
Martian
pimp
Manhunter.
daddy came out and smacked the shit out of Javon and won his point. I love it. 10 toes down.
I already conceded that me asking the question was silly, but I don't. I think my confusion is warranted. That's
Is
all.
that a DC character? I don't know. Is that is the Martian?
Yeah.
Man?
Yeah, he is.
We actually
I
saw
might
him
give
at the
Ron
end of
like
one of the
half a
films,
point.
right? Was
Yeah,
he
at the end of
of-
Batman versus v Superman.
Yeah, if it would have kept going, he would have probably
would've
been a character we
like. He
yeah.
morphs into, I think he morphs into Superman's mom at one point at the end of the movie, and then he morphs back into his natural self. So that's where you realize something's going on. So the Manhunters are some kind of robots that can shapeshift. We know they're coming. I'm just going to laugh if they end up, for the sake of people like me,
Right.
they end up they make Manhunter like Martian Manhunter, just for the sake of people like me who might have been thinking.
Damon Lindelof wants to make sure that Ron Dawson
is not confused.
is tripped up on the podcast.
Now,
let's go back to the ring.
If it were Ryan Johnson, he might do that. Ryan Johnson would actually probably flip the script.
So then, are we to assume that for the 10 years between 2016 and 2026, that Jon Stewart doesn't have a ring this whole time? Yeah. And he's just training?
I think something happens during that time. I don't think anything happened in 96 to take away the ring.
No, between 2016 and 2026. Because they discover...
The last sequence is 2026.
Yes.
So we jumped 10 years, but who knows? I mean, I'm assuming we're going to explore that 10-year period, right? Because there's not much to explore, you know.
That's what I really loved about this show is that they just put all the cards out on the table. Here's the troubled relationship between the trainer and the trainee. Mm-hmm. Here's the militia bad guys who are xenophobic about intergalactic aliens. And we know that there's even more mystery with them because we don't know whatever. And then boom, Hal Jordan, who is like Hal Jordan is a Peter Parker level name, right? Mm-hmm. For the Green Lantern, for people. That's right. He's dead. Boom.
Right.
Season starts now.
And then I think
brilliant construction.
Yeah. Right. And that's where you get the true detective thing, because I think I'm getting the feeling we're going to go back through the 10 years and
that's a good point, JD. Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a great point.
Or to Javon's point, like we're going to see some more flashbacks of when they're kids.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you think the 2016 presidential election will play at all in this series?
Yes, probably.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I mean, maybe because that's just where my mind always goes. That's the first thing I thought when it flashed 2016.
Yeah, that's a good point because he brought up, didn't he? He brought up Brock, right, when he was interrogating the
the 44th president.
Yeah.
It came up.
We had problems with there was some controversy around his birth certificate.
Right. Something about his birth certificate, right. So they touched on it.
Like, you could see him, he was thinking, he was like, okay, no, I gotta remember these facts, right? Okay.
We gotta recreate this scene with Ron in a room somewhere.
Right.
All right, what do you bring to the family cookout? Some macaroni and cheese. It could be microwaved. Some egg salad with raisins in it.
Raisins in it.
Boiled chicken. It doesn't have to be seasoned until after you take it out. What else?
I just have baked mac and cheese was my favorite.
Stop.
What?
My wife wants to strangle him every time he says that.
I said baked.
You are not allowed to come over to our house with some damn boiled.
I said baked mac and cheese.
Baked mac. No, you microwave. At one point, you talked about microwaving.
No, I didn't.
Boiling. Yeah, you did.
I think I listened to that episode. I think I listened to that episode, JD, way back when.
Yeah. It was funny. He almost gave my wife a seizure the way he was talking about macaroni and cheese.
For context, people are listening to the first incarnation of this audio podcast, where it was me, JD, and his wife. And they were giving me a hard time because I pointed out, which is...
Don't have me bring her in here. Don't say some damn foolishness and then have me bring her in here.
All I said in that episode was that there is boiled mac and cheese. I didn't say that was the right... I didn't say...
Now, see, this is where you put the Michael Jackson in. This is where the backslide comes in real quick. The Michael Jackson backslide clip right here.
No, that is a mac and cheese product. Whether or not you eat it...
Okay, Billie Jean.
All right, my daughter all the time. So yeah,
I was just acknowledging
80s mac and cheese with shells with the extra cheddar. That's like
I was just acknowledging that is the mac and cheese.
Okay, that's what you were doing at that time back then.
Right,
got you. All right, got you, Billie Jean. We can move on.
Anything else in this episode we need or want to talk about? I mean, I felt like there wasn't anything story-wise we covered, he smashed the wife of the guy actually seems like
that was weird too. That was wild, freaky deaky. I'm like, okay,
maybe he some guys like that. They like to see their wife, they like to be cuckold.
There's even a name for it.
Yeah, cuckold.
Yeah.
I did like the sheriff. She's great.
She's great.
She
I
was
loved her
quick.
from Boardwalk Empire. She's a dope actress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's in,
Kelly
John
McDonald. I
McHugh.
think is
Yeah.
her name.
Yeah,
Something
Kelly
like that.
McDonald, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, oh, she looked familiar. Yeah,
I think
so,
yeah, it's hard to say right now because there's so much mystery. Like
Right.
there's so much we don't know characters.
We don't know yet.
They were they're just bringing all this stuff together. So it was cool. I'm looking forward to next week.
I think
yeah, me too.
the big point that I dropped on our podcast was that at every moment, at every stage, character development, plot, and exposition were all interlocked and they all stepped forward simultaneously. Every point of exposition actually advanced the plot.
Yes.
And actually told us about character. So like when he's sitting there in the bar telling him about Abin Sur and getting his ring, it's telling us about exposition. It's giving us character information about how Jon Stewart's reacting. It's advancing the plot because the Zoe, the wife, is sitting there listening to the conversation and sets up a bunch of stuff. So like every stage, there's not a wasted piece of dialogue. What did you make? Oh, I made bubble wrap. Well, that tells us about this button-down military guy whose dad used to shoot apples off his head.
Right.
Mhm.
He's got like a soft, humorous side. Like, what did you come up with? In an instant, your life was in danger. Bubble wrap, right? Like,
Right.
what does that tell you about this button-down, big, strapping Marine guy that he thinks about bubble wrap? Like, everything just moves. Everything's interlocked and everything's moving. And that's just expert level TV script writing in my like that's why I'm putting a lot of chips on this show. That's why I'm pushing a lot in.
One other thing didn't really bring me out of the show, but I thought about it a lot after the show. That was a dope ass. I think it was a Buick Regal that they were rolling in.
We were trying to figure out what the heck.
and he ran it over a cliff. I mean, that was a hot ride. I'm like, he
wasn't
ran
a
this car
Camino.
over a cliff. I couldn't shake that out of my head after watching the episode. I'm like, how the
What
fuck
did you
is
say
he?
it was?
I think it was a Buick Regal.
Regal? Okay.
And he could have put the bubble wrap over the whole thing, not just himself.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm like, you gonna. And so it was a weird moment because, like, first of all, you're gonna tear up your car because it was definitely a souped up ride. It wasn't stock. And he just ran it off a cliff.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's definitely a white lantern right there. That's right, because the brother lantern didn't do that. It's just like,
I couldn't think if it was a Gran Torino.
the GNX is like he had a 200,000 GNX.
Yeah.
And then he's always stuck in the set. He's playing Casey in the Sunshine Band. He's playing
that's right.
Brand New Key by Melanie. Like all these old hits.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know if it was because of Kyle, but what Dave is saying, this show is a good show, just a good basic show. You could take out the aspects of the Green Lantern ring, and it would read something like a True Detective almost. I could see where that comparison would come from. If you take that, you could take that totally out. And that's this first episode, of course, because they didn't do a whole lot of ring slinging in this episode, but it's just so well acted, so well written, and paced that you don't. I mean, they're establishing that they're going to have a good show first, and then they're going to throw in whatever they're going to.
The crazy stuff.
So Jean and I were
they're going to throw in the dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
Jean and I were talking off mic about this, and we'll talk about it some more maybe next episode. I first came in thinking, okay, is this Gilroy with Andor coming into the Star Wars universe? So is this King, Lindelof, and Mundy coming into the DC? Because this is not James Gunn coded stuff. This is like these are three outsiders. So is this like Gilroy coming in with Andor? But then, it's a good point.
Yeah. I would say though, like James Gunn, besides Supergirl, he's had a pretty good record. And I haven't seen Supergirl, so I'll full disclosure. So everything I've seen of him, I mean, when he can make Polka Dot Man good, and when interesting, and you have Guardians, he takes these interesting type B-level or periphery characters and makes good stories out of them. I have a lot of faith in him.
And so then we were thinking, okay, so if we've got Andor, what about Penguin with Colin Farrell? Gritty, practical crime story, but set in a superhero franchise.
Yep.
So then we've got, Lanterns we were throwing there. Jean threw in Wonder Man. Right here, struggling actor, dealing with all the social stuff what he's doing, and then so he put that in there as well. And then I thought I had one more. Oh, Sugar. Even though Sugar's not a superhero franchise, it has this twist. It's a grounded, gritty LA detective story.
But
it's got this like crazy twist in it.
Right.
So, and for me, Lanterns and Wonder Man and Andor are fitting for me as a perfect kind of show. I get the superhero magic, whatever stuff going on, but at the same time it's grounded, it's real, it's practical. These are spies doing shit, or these are, private detectives doing shit, whatever. So for me, this show is like firing on multiple cylinders like Andor does. I got my Star Wars going into hyperspace, shooting lasers.
Yeah.
But then you got Cassian, who's just a straight up cold blooded spy, right? And David Vix, trying to run game on the Empire. Like, that's just great. That's just perfect for me.
And I think also it's helpful to have people that are grounded, maybe not so close to the material. Not saying that they're not, but I felt like that was one of the things with Andor was
right.
He didn't give a shit about Jedi and lightsabers. No. He's like, no, we're gonna tell the story about the Bothans, how they came across this information and got it, the Death Star info to the rebellion, and we're gonna make a good story out of that, a good war story out of it. And that, I think,
having that separation and he was a little bit disdainful. Like some people were a little pissed off at him. It's like, okay, you could be outside. That's fine.
I would, if I were running Lucasfilm, I would back up a Brinks truck to his house and say, you need to run Star Wars.
Seriously.
I would see Javon because here's the thing. Javon, here's the thing. The thing is he's a great storyteller, and he's gonna let other people play in the sandbox that will do the Jedi stuff, that will do the lightsabers, whatever. But you need someone that overall understands how stories need to be structured, so you're not coming up with silly ass Boba Fett shows and the Acolyte and things that are ruining the franchise.
No, I totally.
That's just my take. Again, I would have backed up a Brinks truck to this dude's house and be like, look, I need someone that knows story. Because he's gonna let the other. I mean, he's not into all the lightsabers, whatever. But he can appreciate. I'm sure he can appreciate it. And when they bring other people,
that's my problem. I'm not sure he can appreciate it.
I'm sure
because he didn't touch it in Andor, which is fine. And Andor was a great.
Yeah, because that was that type of vehicle.
But that's
Andor could have been named something else and been out of the Star Wars universe altogether and been a great show, and you wouldn't have even connected the things, and that's totally fine. But that was my problem with Andor. I loved it, but I just know that it was a great show outside of Star Wars because it didn't hit on the fantasy aspect that the fanboys maybe wanted. And everybody else loved it because everybody else doesn't care so much about that fantasy aspect. And
everything else, Javon, everything else in the lore and the mythos and the world, everything else was there. And also I think it's apropos because we're at a time when all the Jedi have been wiped out. And so it's like you're dealing with the situation where they're these mythological people.
What does it have to do with Green Lantern?
Yeah. What? Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just saying, a little segue don't hurt.
That's right.
You have a
That's
little
how
segue.
we do it. That's how we do it.
I'm really curious.
Dungeons and Dragons, fool. That's how we get down.
How I was going to take that kind of not full circle, but full circle is that I want to make sure in Lanterns, and they had great touches in it of using the ring. And it's cool to make it a detective story. It's cool to make it a we're saving the world story, but Lanterns specifically is an intergalactic cop story.
Yeah.
Not just a cool I want him to be a detective on a different world doing some stuff like that. If he's going to be doing that, then sure, let him do that. But I just wanted to.
That's a good question. I mean, if they establish this as a true detective-ish show that has elements of sci-fi in it in this season, it's going to be hard to take it off-world. and
that
stick
we're
to
going
that
off.
element.
Maybe. They're going
Maybe,
to,
maybe not. I mean, like the Expanse, they travel all around in places. I mean, I know it's still our solar system, but it's
Sure.
like, here's a question I have for you, Javon. How big is a quadrant or area that they patrol or whatever? Like,
I think it's more than just this solar system. It's more than just like.
is it like the Milky Way, or is it?
No, it's more than that because
Really?
that would only be one sentient world. I think it's a. I don't know how many sentient worlds a quadrant is, but it's like a number.
Because like the Milky Way is pretty big ass. It's 100,000 light years.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah,
I think there's multiple quadrants in the galaxy.
Yeah,
right?
probably so.
Okay.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out. Hopefully, we'll find out this season. At some point, Dave.
I just want to add one little thing too.
Oh yeah.
Just on what Javon was saying, I had a question too because I'm curious where Javon fell down on the penguin, or not fell down, but like where you fall out with the penguin with Colin Farrell. If you enjoyed that or not.
I enjoyed it, but again, it's. I don't want to say. I'll say the same thing I said for Andor though. That could have just been a gangster story. That dude didn't have to be named the Penguin. He could have been anything. He didn't have to be in Gotham City. He didn't have to have as much. He didn't have to have anything to do with the Batman universe that we kind of already know, and it would have been a great series.
Right.
But
That's
it
a
makes
good
it
point.
better because it was part of that setting.
I suppose so. Yeah.
And he got that because he was so kick-ass in a Batman movie as a character.
Right.
He did such a great job. Like, we need to make this a show.
Yeah.
The other thing I'll just leave on the Lantern thing too. Yeah, intergalactic space cop movie, whatever. But the cool thing about the Lantern is a device that tells us from a storytelling standpoint about the inner workings of the character that's wielding the ring.
Yes.
The what you manifest with the ring tells us about you and what you're dealing with and how you're reacting to situations. So it's this thing that takes it inside.
That goes all the way back to his first thing when he was saying about the different colors of the lanterns, because that'll come into play, but I don't know how long that's going to take.
Like Pimp Daddy Ron Dawson, Joe Ron Dawson Jackson would be conjuring up strippers. Where are all these green strippers coming from? What's going on?
He might actually get a good mac and cheese recipe.
Right. Finally, right.
Wow.
Well, be sure to tune in to Lanterns and then come back and watch and or listen to our coverage of it. Hop over to Lorehounds and listen to Dave and John's coverage of it. And
that was Lorehounds. Hounds.
What did you?
It sounded like you said Lorehands. I just want to make sure.
The Lorehounds. Their links be in the place where links be existing. But until then, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you all, and we will see you next week. Thanks a lot, Dave.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Peace.
All right.